Playing on a Budget is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the best Magic the Gathering singles and sealed retailer on the internet, GatheringMagic.com, your number one source for Magic the Gathering news and content, and RogueDeckBuilder.com, my personal channel filled with innovative and entertaining Magic the Gathering rogue brews. Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com here with this week's episode of Playing on a Budget. We're going to stick with Modern for one more week, as we still don't have the Dragons of Tarkir cards quite yet on MTGO. So here's this list is actually inspired. Actually, it's mostly a list of a good friend of mine who is another fellow YouTuber, another rogue builder like myself, who actually likes to play a lot of variety of decks, interesting, creative, innovative decks. And this one is by Tutor's Library, so you can actually go check his channel out at YouTube/ or it's Tutor's Library. If you just search it into the queue, it will come up for Tutor's Library. So he's done an Orchard Massacre combo, which uses Forbidden Orchard, Intruder Alarm, and Massacre Wurm. And so before we get into the deck tech, we'll just show the prices brought to you by our sponsors, CoolStuffInc.com. This one I'm pushing the limit, so it might be a little bit over, a little bit under, depending on the data that you get these cards. And of course, these cards are fluctuate to change. If this deck gets very popular in the next coming weeks, for example, these prices could skyrocket and vice versa. So anyway, we're right around that $200 budget. That's what we set for Modern. $200 is very, very budget for Modern. If you're trying to compare it with Abzan or with Splinter Twin, it's going to cost about a fourth to even a fifth the price of those decks. So we have a few of the pricey cards in this is like the Breeding Pools. We're going to use 3 of them. If you have 4, definitely use 4, as it's the best land in your deck, as you do need the blue and the green for this deck. We use 4 of Expedition Maps that are costly common at $2 a piece, so definitely go check your bulk to see if any of these lying around. They are expensive due to the Tron deck in Modern. Then we have Forbidden Orchards at $7 a piece, and then Stomping Grounds a 1 of at $9. And you can see most of these around $3 to $4 until you get to the Fetch Lands, the Windswept Heaths, and the Wooded Foothills at $12 respectively. So let's just go over the deck tech here. You're going to be using 22 lands, a 1 of Wooded Foothills. You would want a few more, I guess, of either Wooded Foothills or some other fetch lands to go get you what you need. I do want the green fetch lands, as you are going to be searching for mainly breeding pools. So we have a 1 of Stomping Grounds for a sideboard card for a Banefire in our sideboard as an alternate win condition. I'm trying to check out a few alternate win conditions with this deck. So this deck isn't fine-tuned quite yet. This is just an exploration type deck of trying to see which cards work the best with the combo. So the combo is going to be Intruder Alarm, which untaps whenever a creature enters the battlefield, with Forbidden Orchard, which puts a creature in your opponent's control, and then Kiora's Followers and Voyaging Satyrs to net you up unlimited mana, which you can then go Massacre Wurm, all of the tokens from the Forbidden Orchard, and you can get Massacre Wurm through Wargate. I'm also thinking Primal Command might be a little bit better than Wargate, because Primal Command, although it won't put it directly on the battlefield, if you have infinite mana is not an issue. You'll ramp up to Primal Command and get the Massacre Wurm. And then Primal Command also allows you to gain life. So early on, if you have to do a quick Primal Command to either put a permanent back on top of the opponent's library or gain 7 life, it might end up being better than Wargate. We'll have to wait and see. But this goes and gets a permanent card. You can go get Intruder Alarm. You can go get a Suture Priest, which is the other alternate win condition, or you can go get one of these Kiora's Followers / Voyaging Satyrs. So anywho, there's a lot of options that Wargate can go at. I'm going to try one of Beck Hall. This is not in Tutor's list. I just think that this is another way to draw infinite cards, Forbidden Orchard Beck, and the basically untapping with Kiora's Followers, etc., etc., etc. So anyway, that's basically the deck tech. As you're trying to assemble that combo, we have other ways to try to do so. With Commune of the Gods, can go get either a creature or Intruder Alarm, which is really good. I might actually go up the count in this. We have the Ancient Stirrings that looks at the top 5 cards. Or basically this is just looking for Forbidden Orchard. And then Expedition Map's going to do the exact same thing. It's going to go try to find the Forbidden Orchard. We have Swan Songs to slow the game down to get us there. And the cool thing about this is it actually does put a creature into play under your opponent's control, which will trigger Intruder Alarm and untap everything. And Beast Within can help us again, which puts a creature on the battlefield under their control. But really, this is just our catch-all card. And then we have a mana leak to kind of round out our control for this deck. We have in the sideboard, we have some other options. I'm going to add another Suture Priest in the sideboard because I'm thinking that just actually might be a better kill condition than Massacre Wurm. We have 4 Dispels to help us get to our combo, 2 mana leaks, a Banefire, which can be an alternate kill, which deals if you're going to get unlimited mana. If X is 5 or more, it can't be countered, so it can go against decks that try to counter. I have 3 Thragtusk, which again might want to be primal commands, as these I'm just hoping to stabilize to help get us our combo. A Rakdos Charm, which actually is another way to kill your opponent because you can Forbidden Orchard a million times and then Rakdos Charm them. This also can destroy an artifact and exile a player's graveyard. The problem with this is the black-red is very hard to get off. And then 3 more Beck calls. I'm going to bring these against decks that are weak against Beck and see if it actually works out very well. So anyway, this is basically going to be the combo, the assembling the combo, the pieces we need, and I'm hoping that it'll actually work out well. So if not, it's a fun deck that you can play around the kitchen table for Modern. Again, it's got a very, very low price entry at 200, and this deck definitely has some potential. Again, this is anything but tuned yet. I haven't ever played against this deck before, so I might make some terrible play mistakes. Again, I apologize for last week's episode of Playing on a Budget. For those who don't understand, if you've ever tried to commentate and play a game, there's going to be a lot of play mistakes. Your mind's trying to do 2-3 different things at the same time. You're trying to keep a conversation and play the game, and sometimes the math doesn't add up. You just miss blatant things like an Emrakul having flying. I play a lot better without having to commentate at the same time. For those of you who have commentated on a game and played at the same time, I hope you understand. It gets a bit tricky with trying to keep the tempo and play the game. Anyway, this has been brought to you by Rogue Deck Builder and GatheringMagic.com. Please go check those sites out respectively, and definitely go give Tutor's Library a shout out. He is the creator of this deck, and he is an amazing deck builder. So absolutely go in and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Playing on a Budget. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Gathering Magic and check out our Playing on a Budget playlist, which contains every episode. Thanks again, and hope to see you soon.